of operational awareness. He argues that publicizing the system's capabilities alerts criminal networks and compromises its tactical advantage. Griffith also cautions that the TTPS risks appearing politically influenced by echoing government messaging. He insists that sensitive security technology must be protected, not showcased, or it will lose the effectiveness before reaching its full potential. In more news, fire officers were still working late last night to contain a blaze at Christmas Central, a San Fernando store stocked with Christmas merchandise. The fire, which began around 2 p.m., destroyed variety store located along Cepero Street. The business sold Christmas trees, toys, seasonal decor, and household items, and had recently received containers filled with Christmas goods. The blaze originated in the upper floor of the building, a space that once housed Radica Trading. Christmas Central operated as a second outlet to a Debe-based store known for selling winter clothing and other items. As workers looked on in shock, bystanders expressed hope that staff from the destroyed store would be absorbed into the Debe branch. Those at the scene said fire officers initially struggled with limited water supply and had to run hose hydrants several feet away. Water trucks from the San Fernando City Corporation later arrived to assist. Kiran Singh, president of the Greater San Fernando Area Chamber of Commerce, described the situation as deeply unfortunate, noting that the owner had lost his entire inventory at the height of the Christmas season, when retailers depend on sales to recover their investments. The store declined speaking to the media, but onlookers estimated the losses could reach into millions. By 7:45 p.m. last night, fire officers remained on site battling the blaze, which had reignited. The cause of the fire is currently under investigations. In another fire incident, an early morning fire in the Belmont claimed the life of 75-year-old pensioner Alfonso Simmons. The blaze, which began shortly after 5 a.m. on December 11th, was contained to a single room in his two-story home. Simmons, who had been ailing and lived alone, depended on one of his 7 children for care. Belmont police are currently investigating the cause of fire. More in the news, PNM stalwart Ferdinand Ferdy Ferreira, a former advisor to Dr. Eric Williams, died on December 11th at the age of 93. Widely respected across political lines, he was remembered as a passionate advocate for Trinidad and Tobago's development. PNM political leader Penelope Beckles paid tribute praising his life of service and integrity. Ferreira, born in 1932, was regarded as one of the few people able to speak authoritatively on the PNM's origins and the nation's political history, both before and after independence. And internationally, a number of houses, walls, and tents have collapsed in Gaza Strip since Storm Byron descended upon the enclave destroyed by Israel's genocidal war, killing at least 14 people in the past 24 hours. 3 children who died from hypothermia are among the dead, say our colleagues at the Al Jazeera. Exhausted Palestinians had little to nothing to prepare for disastrous weather conditions, according to the media. Israeli warplanes have carried out at least a dozen attacks across southern Lebanon, targeting with what the military claims as Hezbollah southern Lebanon training facilities in the latest flagrant near-daily violations that have further undermined a year-old ceasefire. And that's all for your news. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for more Bridging the Gap.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So, whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Barrow Street. Not sure which one of the buildings they're burning, but police have blocked off the road. Fayansi Barrow Street. Not sure which one of the buildings they're burning, but police have blocked off the road. Fayansi Barrow Street. Not sure which one of the buildings they're burning, but police have blocked off the road.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are
Relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So, whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back to Bridging the Gap. It is a beautiful Friday, the last day in the working week. I know a lot of you are excited for the weekend, those who have to work for the weekend, and those who have a lot of Christmas shopping to do and cleaning, because we are a few days away from the Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I told a story about a fire that happened in the Belmont area, and it is so unfortunate it happened on my street. My neighbor passed away from the fire, and it was so disheartening that I found out afterwards, not knowing my brother and they were there trying to out the fire. And my neighbors and they were trying to spray into the bedroom. That's where the fire happened. And the screams that were heard coming from his bedroom, that my whole street is in shock. Nobody couldn't go to work yesterday. Everybody was in disbelief because he was somebody who was bedridden. But he was also a sweetheart of the neighborhood, where he always used to help out, and anybody needs to get a drop anywhere. If I want to get sugar cane in the yard, he would say, don't call out to me, just cut sugar cane, man. He was a man for the neighborhood. He was the uncle in our street. And it is very disheartening that you heard the cries of someone and you cannot do anything about it, but just see him in flames. Because neighbors weren't able to reach to the door, knowing that it was a one-way in, one-way out, and where the fire happened, they weren't able to reach him. So condolences to the Simmons family, condolences to my neighborhood. I know my street is very distraught at this moment, and what is very hurtful is this is the 4th fire on our street in a certain amount of years. But this is the first life that, the first and last life, and fourth and last fire that will happen, because I'm rebuking it. So condolences to the Simmons family. I was in total shock. Neighbors right now, they are very speechless. Nobody not really in the spirit again, the Christmas spirit anymore. So it was really a sad situation knowing such a good-hearted person has lost his life in such a way, knowing that, you know, he was such a kind-hearted person. What a way to lose your life. Also, I would like to moving on. You know, Tobago is on fire right now. Tobago is bacchanal. And we have amongst us, they have the IDA, which is headed by Denise Sawyerfat. We have the PNM, which is headed by Ansel Dennis, and the TPP, which is headed by Farley Augustine. Farley Augustine. So I know a lot of people, I know they have extended or put extra sailings to Tobago because there are a lot of campaignings going on. I know Tobago is very hectic. I have seen videos of the melee, as the people say, the melee going on. It's a real melee going on in Tobago, especially where I heard is in Bethel and Plymouth, Signal Hill. Those areas are very active at this moment with campaigning. So that is real activities going on happen this weekend in campaigning. And you know elections is January the 12th of 2026. So, you know, as they get closer, the heat is going to get hotter. So, I also spoke on the news where they had the major drug bust in Caroni Swamp. And I wanted you all to see an actual video of what transpired with this major drug bust that happened, I believe, yesterday or day before yesterday. If we can show that clip.
It's a pleasant good day, Trinidad and Tobago. We are here this morning in Chaguaramas at the culmination of a very successful exercise, which should have been an all-night operation by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in collaboration with other arms of law enforcement. Within the TTPS, we had the multi-optional police section of the special branch, we had the coastal and air support unit, we had the special investigation unit, and some other investigative, tactical, and intelligence units. And behind me is the culmination of that successful exercise. And what I'm pleased to announce is the first successful operation utilizing the newly installed radar system. So, Trinidad and Tobago, I will not be able to give you much information about the technology nor the nature of the operations, but rather show you the success that came from that operation. And this was found at the Caroni River, All right, so that's all I'll be able to share with you at this point in time. I know Minister Alexander was pleased when he heard about the success of the raid operation, and I'd like to pass him on to say a couple words to you.
Good morning again. Let me first of all commend the Commissioner of Police and his team for an excellent job. It speaks to police officers, motivated police officers willing to go the extra mile, because I understand what took place here according to the operation. And we also want to thank our foreign counterparts who saw it fit with the application coming from the Prime Minister to provide us with some technology that we are able to implement now for success. So again, officers, let me thank you on behalf of the government of Trinidad and Tobago to continue pushing forward. Our safety and security depends on you. Thank you again, Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Minister. And lastly, I'd like to have Mr. Rampalad, who would have spearheaded the operation on the ground, or might I say in the mangrove.
Good day to the listening and viewing public. It was indeed a tremendous exercise, intelligence-led policing, and nothing short of the contribution of every single member of every single branch, section and unit and organization that the Commissioner mentioned previously. These efforts sometimes go unnoticed, but I can tell you from being there on the ground, it was extremely harsh terrain, hostile territory, and you know, the men and women who took part in this exercise, I want to applaud them for the human service that was presented here today. And again, just as the Commissioner and the Minister mentioned, it's a collaborative effort. You know, crime fighting is not just the police alone, it's everybody, both locally and internationally. We want to thank everybody. It was a real grueling past day and night coming into the end of this. We had a lot of challenges, but we were able to, rise beyond those challenges. Thank you, Commissioner.
And finally, I'd just like to send a stern warning to the members of the public, those with the criminal intent. Know that we are coming for you. Know that the TTPS will be relentless in its search for you, and to kindly desist from flooding our streets with that, because you would not like the outcome. And as I always say, the vengeance of Moko will fall on you. Thank you.
I don't give them a round of applause, but I ain't talking much about this. Whoever lost that must be curled up in the bed, cover up, sucking the finger, crying. Because that was... But we're going for a break, and when we come back, we have more for you on Bridging the Gap. Stay tuned.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Are you reliable, self-motivated, a good communicator, and experienced in sales? Then Good Price Wholesalers is the right opportunity for you. We are looking for individuals to join our sales team in Central and South. Applicants must have their own vehicle, sales experience, good communication skills, and a strong work ethic. If you're ready to be part of a committed and professional team, we want to hear from you. Visit us at number 5 La Pastora Road, Santa Cruz, or call 338-9884 for serious inquiries.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back. Hey, production team does really have me laughing on a daily basis. You know, I really cannot get vexed with them. I have the best production team. They always have me laughing. I could come in vexed. Well, I don't be vexed. I don't ever be mad. That's one thing. I don't ever come to with vexed. But they always, uplift my spirits and, give me that motivation. So I always have to give a heartfelt appreciation and thanks to them because they work hard with me and they know I'm a perfectionist. I don't eat nice when, things go a little off. All right, so something was going on in Manzanilla. I can stand corrected. And a lot of people had conflicting theories of what was going on in the Manzanilla area. And I myself come from the coastline heritage in the Toko area. And I have never, honestly, growing up, I don't know if my mother could tell me that, or any of my family members could tell me that they have seen it. But when they see perches, especially in the Easter season, when you see a lot of seaweed and thing, I know that's when you see perching. But this is a different type of perching, and it had a whole set of bacchanal on Facebook. The comment section was bacchanal because this one feel there's a marine scientist, this one feel they know this one feel there's this scientist, and it was crazy. So I needed to clear up. Exactly what is this. And production will play that video for me. And I don't know was like, but what is that? I started to get frightened. So this is what happened in the Manzanilla area, and it has been going on for a while now. And a lot of people had different ideologies of what is this thing floating up in the water. But their theory was it's snow in the sea. So for those who did not know, it's a sea foam. Also known as ocean foam or spume. It's actually a very nutritious broth or soup of organic matter. Sea water is comprised of lots of things, including water, salts, and organic matter, such as bacteria, plankton, which is tiny plants and animals, broken down into bits of bigger plants and animals, animal poo, and much more. Under turbulence conditions created by strong winds and waves, the soup can get whipped up into a protein foam of air bubbles on the surface. This nature's way of filtering out organic matter from what the water column out the sea surface, and from there it can wash up onto the beach. So I never saw this before. I know when I see plenty seaweed and the sea covered in seaweed, I know that's when they always say the sea is menstruating. Because people believe that the sea is a woman, and I believe the sea is a living thing. So they always say the sea is menstruating, but I have never seen this, and this was something that knowledgeable for me as well, because I learned something, and I was like, I don't know what's confusing me now. Lord, the word coming to an end. There is it here. There's revelations. I was scared but not knowing this is a customary thing that happens when the sea is also doing a purge, their natural purge. So this is something that, you know, is educational. And I wanted, even though I am learning, I want you all to learn as well. So we're learning together. So this is what I wanted to bring to you today. But after the knowledge comes a little bacchanal. Because I want to address something today. You see, senior citizens, you don't interfere with senior citizens. Because when a senior citizen turn around and tell you, God will deal with you, your cuckoo cook. You don't interfere with old people. I have to use the word old people. Mommy get vexed with me today. You don't interfere with the elderly. Those are the people, especially the women, who carry the womb. I talking to myself too, because I buffing myself too. Because sometimes I give my mother a little lip, you know. But then I start to hold back myself and check it, because when she say, God, and I say, hold up. Because I want to get cursed here today. And I say, hold up, palms. I want to get cursed today. But let me tell you something. I have a video to show you. And the words of Grandpa, and whoever do pops that, woe be unto your soul. You ever hear as the police officer say, and this is our whole country saying, vengeance and moko fall on you. And when somebody tell you, vengeance and moko fall on you, run like sugar. So I have this video to play for you because my heart break last night. Going through the media, my heart was broken to know that somebody so malicious, evil, wicked, and bad-minded could do this old man this. Could you play this video, please?
We have video, take me saying something. Take me say something first.
Right.
Yes, people, I against it again. When you're a farmer, you suffer many loss. Look how they chop down the fig tree. Look how they chop down the coconut tree. They destroy, they chop down all the coconut, all the fig. All here they chop down all the coconut tree. Look how they chop all the fig tree here. Take the picture. Look how they chop down all the fig tree here. They're not talking here, they're pointing me. All here they chop down the fig tree. They come down, they chop down the coconut tree. Look how they chop it down, right down. Right down. They chop down these branches, all these branches on this tree. How many years I take for it to reach there? Again, we're going, look how they chop down the coconut tree all here. We're going again, come through. Watch it here. Watch it here how they chop down the coconut tree again. Look how they chop down this tree. How they chop all these branches here. Watch again, watch again. Watch again how they chop down the coconut tree. Look how they chop down here. Here. They chop down all here. Look how they chop down the peach tree here then. All the peach tree they're cutting down all here. All day. Look all here they cut down the peach tree. Look how they chop down the bearing peach tree they're chopping down bearing. It hurt my heart to see that. Take me up. It hurt my heart to see how they're destroying. Look how they cut down on the fig tree here. Look how they cut down the fig tree. Look at the young bunch of fig they cut down. Watch. Look at the young fig they cut it down. But I said God will deal with them. They're tampering with the wrong man. Don't touch God anointing. And I know who is the person. I know who is the person because they had a party by the house last night. And because I have a man planting here, they're doing these things. But God will deal with them. I had to put up that on the air and let people see, let the government see. Sonny boy again, Sonny boy again. Right, later for me.
Oh, let's see that video. That man, you could see in the 80s. Mid-80s going head into late 80s. Oh, look at watch a man fighting. He could barely walk. Fighting hard. You know how much, you know how long, how much years some of them just had to take to produce, to grow. And only watch a man, an ageable man, it doesn't matter if it might be tell you 2 words or 3 words or whatever. But you will watch an ageable man. That is maybe how he does provide. And only will watch that man and cut down his produce. And all they're feeling good within all yourself. All they're feeling good. All they have satisfaction. The ending of that man word say, God will deal with all they know. When an old person curse you, I'm not curse you using profanities, but when they curse you, the worst thing to do is get cursed from an old person, and especially a woman who carries the womb. If nobody never tell all you something, all you know now, I see real people get cursed from old people. And they can't see the way. They never have no money. They're out of work. The car crash. All happening to them. You're sitting down scratching their head and they want to know what's going on. What's going on with me, boy? Like somebody walk a hobby on me, somebody walk a chinge, a choo-choo. No. Your life cursed. They don't interfere with all people, man. That is wickedness. That is beyond. When I see that, I was so mad. I know somebody personally and I had to pull them up. You have your grandmother in your house. And if you hear how they used to treat that old lady. If you know how they used to treat that old lady. Not changing her pampers for the day. Ill-treating the old lady. But when pension reach, the hand always out like if they had tight skin. We have to be careful. I loved all my grandmothers. I had God bless me with 3. I had a great grandmother who was an angel. May her soul rest in peace. And I have one surviving that I do not make joke with. Once the home see me call, they say, they just buck up one time because I don't play with my grandmother. My grandmother is my heart. We have to know how to cherish and love these elderly people. These are the people who have to bless us before they leave. These are the old people when they bless you. When they get blessed from an old person, you will see your way. You don't treat people like that. You share, call if you call. Call in the phone lines are open 744-7325. Tell a friend because this is a serious issue, you know. We take our elders for granted. These senior citizens. for granted. I rather line with a senior citizen than line with people in my own age. I am an old soul. I could sit down all day with a senior citizen to hear about their stories, learn something. I'm not saying all old people, because you know, it has some old people who's real, there's trouble. It has some old people who's trouble, and as they get older, they get worse. Walking in town a day, a lady, she could be about 80, 81. But you know, it have some people in they could be 80, 81. One could be up and running and moving about, and the other one will be slower and thing because they don't know what ailment they have. And this young children, this young generation here, Tanti taking her time to walk because you could see she walking slow. Me on the other hand, if I am busy and I have to go where I have to go, I will hop off the pavement and walk and pass her and then walk. So I was just walking slow behind her because I said, Tanti look like if she ain't able. And the pavement had I had a slight incline. Two young girls, hot girls, I call them hot girls in the city, because there was looking like hot girls in the city. Tanti taking her time, and hear them behind me. Oh God, Tanti, oh God, quick, hurry up and walk now. When me, I afraid to talk to this young generation, because them like to cuss bad. Them in charge of the cussing association. Remember, it's a different associations. We have the bandit association, all the wicked association, them is the cussing association. So I'm afraid to talk to the girl. But apparently she walked into the same grocery I walked into. And I decided to approach and I said, hi, good day. And I didn't ask her a question, I made a statement. I said, one day, all of us have to get old. I am older than you. I could be your mother. I said, but one day, all of us have to get old. And the way how you treat old people, you would not want nobody to treat you when you get old. Not older, but old. She stand up, she watch me because she confused as to why I tell her that. But like she's so accustomed to that kind of behavior that she was unaware of what I was telling her. Because I say I'm not asking her the question, I'm just making the statement. My mother told she's a hot girl, senior citizen. She don't want me to hold her hand crossing the road. I always like to hold my mommy hand cross the road, saying, yeah, yes, she's not a handicap. I'm not a baby. I say, all right, sorry. But that's how I am. That's how I treat my senior citizens. With love, compassion. We now don't know how to treat our elders. We no longer have respect for the elders. I see young people, old people in the gallery, and people cussing in the road like normal. No respect for the elders. No respect. Blatant disrespect. People cussing old people. These are the things you have to understand. These are the people that have to bless you before they go. And this is why our generation is so lost. Because we have lost respect for the seniors above us. That is why we're so wayward. I know grandparents right now going through hell because they have to raise their grandchildren, see about their grandchildren, and because they are senior citizens, these young people have no respect for their grandparents. This is where we are. This is what all they will do, this senior citizen. This man must be just toil so hard, wake up, because you know them senior citizens like to wake up. They don't like, they don't like sun meet them on the bed. So they up since 5 o'clock in the morning. If you look too sharp, 4:30. So he out there working hard, toiling. Must be coming in sunset after toiling out in the sun. And this is what you will do him. But I love how he ended his statement. God will deal with you. And whoever he send that for and he kneel down and pray for, run. Run like sugar. Because you have no heart, no feelings, no remorse. Or they better go back and apologize, you know. Or they have to go and apologize. Because that ending statement alone is vengeance of Amoku. That alone is that. You all have to be careful. Love upon your elders. I don't care if we're not related. As a child, I never used to like to go out and play in Toko. I would sit down every day as I am there with my great-grandmother, with her kerchief, and just sit down all day and wipe her mouth. Whole day. I'm going outside to play. The only time I go in is when I'm going in the sea. All day I would sit right beside her, feed her porridge, wipe her mouth, comb her hair. That was just me. I had a love for old people ever since I'm a little child. When you treat people, old elderly people, senior citizens, with love, you will see how you will flourish. You will see how your blessings will flow. You will see how your anointing will flow. Because they are the ones to bless you. But all they're treating them like old rag. Production, I want you all to play that video again for me, please. Because I really need, I find TNT need to see this video to know how wicked people could be.
You have video, take me saying something. Take me what? Say something full.
Right.
Yes, people, I against it again. When you're a farmer, you suffer many loss. Look how they chop down the fig tree. Look how they chop down the coconut tree. They destroy, they chop down all the coconut, all the twig. All here, they chop down all the coconut tree. Look how they chop all the fig tree here. Take the picture. Look how they chop down all the fig tree here. We're not talking here, the point anymore. All here, they chop down the fig tree. They come down, they chop down the coconut tree. Look how they chop it down, right down. Right down. They chop down these branches, all these branches on this tree. How many years I take for it to reach there? Again, we're going, look how they chop down the coconut tree all here. We're going again, come through. Watch it here. Watch it here how they chop down the coconut tree again. Look how they chop down this tree. How they chop all these branches here. Watch again, watch again. Watch again how they chop down the coconut tree. Look how they chop down here. Here. They chop down all here. Look how they chop down the peach tree here then. All the peach tree they're cutting down all here. All day. Look all here they cut down the peach tree. Look how they chop down the bearing peach tree they're chopping down bearing. It hurt my heart to see that. Take me up. It hurt my heart to see how they're destroying. Look how they cut down on the fig tree here. Look how they cut down the fig tree. Look at the young bunch of fig they cut down. Watch. Look at the young fig they're cutting down. But I said God will deal with them. They're tampering with the wrong man. Don't touch God anointing. And I know who is the person.
Back, we have more on Bridging the Gap. Stay tuned.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Get ready to party with a purpose. The GMVS Community Parent Support Group presents Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete, fully AC activated and sailing aboard the Harbor Master on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Boarding starts at 7:30 p.m. We sail from 8 to 11 p.m. and it's just $250. Bring your cooler and your crew, but remember, no glass and no firearms. It's good vibes only as we party for a cause. Music by DJs Doll, Smalls, and Chunks, featuring Rihanna Gopal, Amit Suknanan, Rishi Singh, Suresh Miraj, the original Pumping in the Sandman, and Tracy D. For tickets, call Crystal at 379-9248. That's Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete. Cool vibes, warm hearts, and all for a good cause.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32, Saddle Road, Maraval.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
weekend is soon. You know, I'm definitely going to sleep off my weekend. I just want to sleep, relax, recuperate from this dreadful flu that is going around in in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of people I know right now is battling with the flu. Even here in the building, it is a lot going on, and it's not easy. The body pains, the headaches, it's terrible. And you know this is flu season, so I want you all to make sure and be mindful to always take your vitamin C, drink your lime juice, your whatever, anything with vitamin C, take your vitamins, your B12. Take care of the body. That is one of the most important things in getting rid of this flu, because it is really, really dread. Yesterday when I tell you I was out of it, I slept through majority of the day because it was a lot. It was a lot going on. And I needed to recuperate, because I said I want to come back out today to share a lot with you that has been trending and what has been going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And so I, you know, as well as I want you to make sure and see about your health. Your health is your wealth. And make sure that you are suited up with the vitamins and much needed nutrition for the body. So in our main show today, before I go into a clip that I have for you guys, this don't only happen in a workplace. It don't only happen in a party. It happens everywhere. But a place where everybody needs to be each other's keeper. Nobody not saying you have to get along with the individual, you know, or you have to be bosom buddies and best friends. But you can be cordial. And how are you going to deal with it? If you have an issue with somebody, you're vexed with a person, we have to learn how to deal with it in a cordial manner. We have to learn how to deal with it in a way where we can understand each other's differences. And today, before I show this video, because I'm coming down to the bacchanal here, this video is a piece of bacchanal. Because you know we love the confusion in Trinidad and Tobago. But we're dealing with conflict resolution. How are we going to deal with conflict resolution? What is conflict resolution? And that's good that, you know, I brought that up today, and I should bring someone who is very, you know, certified in this, because she will say the same thing that I said, actually. But conflict resolution is the process of a peacefully resolving disagreements between individuals or groups by finding mutually acceptable solutions, focusing on communication, understanding different perspectives, and addressing root causes. Rather than avoiding conflict, key skills involve active listening, empathy, negotiation, and finding fair compromises to strengthen relationships and improve outcomes in personal and professional settings. I'll give you a little instance, and I don't want my producer to laugh. I'm not calling any names. But in a workplace that I was in, conflict resolution did not exist. It was not conflict resolution, it was confusion. Put it that way. So everybody's ego was on high, where finding a solution in terms of dealing with situations did not happen. And when I tell you bacchanal, eh? But one thing, I had a program director, one thing, he was a very calm person in this situation. Very calm. And mind you, young person, eh? Very calm in dealing with how can we deal with situations. And one day, I decided to not used a word at them, but walked out into the hall and said it because I was mad. I didn't want to talk to nobody. And I get 2 weeks home. Come and relax yourself, Nanaka. But those 2 weeks, I took that time to look within myself on how I should deal with situations amongst my co-workers and peers. And it has taught me a lot and helped me to grow a lot in terms of always arguing about a situation. When two people arguing, nobody hearing each other, you know. It's just rah, 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 rah. Nobody not hearing each other. So the situation is not being resolved. What happens is, it's like you put a plaster on a wound. But without treating the wound and letting the wound get air, and you leave the plaster there without putting your peroxide or your methylated spirits, or I don't know if people still use Flavine or whatever, the wound starts to get infected. And when the wound gets infected, what happens? They end up in the hospital and bacchanal. They might mean you have to do surgery, whatever. And that is what happens with conflict. When it dies down and it gets dormant, because when a conflict is not being resolved, sometimes it gets dormant. But what you don't know, it could end up like you kick up Jenny someday, somehow, because she manifested under the sea by Grenada. Don't think she quiet, but she's manifesting under the sea. So when you don't deal with situations and you think that it's dead, they are gone, and that one day you come to work or that one day you go somewhere and you're going in a bad mood, and that individual who you're dormant with decides to tell you something that what we call outer timing, you explode. Because you have that feelings manifested that was not dealt with. And then you with a bad mood and the same person who you have this conflict with, bacchanal breakout. So what is the end result? You know what some of the end results is be? Lockup, death, injury. This is what happens. And I want to play this video for you. And what is very disheartening is that the parameters of how close these people live in. So if we can play this video for our viewers to see conflict.
Yeah, just say it louder. Somebody could tell who. Just say it louder.
This has to be flush.
It has to be flush with the wall, sir. It cannot come on my side. It's just simple. That's rules. That is just rules. That is just rules.
Just don't come on my side here. This is my side here.
Anytime you hit
this
me,
is my side here. This is my side here.
It needs to come flush with the wall. Those are rules. You all don't love to live with the rules.
My side and put the box.
Mark. Yes. Let me get you. I get in here. I get you. I'm going to the police. I get all here.
Come on my side and do your boxing.
You cannot come.
Go flush with the wall.
You're abusing my husband. What is that?
I'm trying my best to keep my cool with you.
No. Don't try your best. Lose your cool.
Go somewhere else and
This has to be flush with the wall.
You want to get somebody in problem, you know? Not me, you know? Rules is rules up here.
Rules is rules. You cannot come across on my side unless you want to pay my mortgage.
Yes, send me home. Yes, send me home. Send me home. Send me home.
Rules are rules, honey. Mr. Maxon Construction. Rules are rules. I'm going to put this all over Facebook. Watch and see. You cannot put it on my side. You have to be flush with the wall. You cannot put it on my side. You are not paying mortgage for here. Here is number 8 Hillcrest Court, Paradise Gardens, Tacarigua. Yeah, something's wrong with me because I like to live within rules. Yes, Jesus Christ. Call down the name of the master. Call down the descendants. Come on, let's call down. And I got all you on video. I got all you on video. I am going to put this on Facebook.
This has to be flush with the wall.
It has to be flush with the wall. Yes, come and hit him. Mr. Maxon, come and hit him, please. I am begging you. Mark, no, stop it, stop it. Mark, stop it. Stop it, Mark.
It has to be flush with the wall.
Stop it, stop it.
I have no problem with doing anything, but don't come across on my side. It has to be flush with the wall. I'm not going inside.
I'm on my property, Mr. Maxon Construction. Let's see your face. Let's be brave. Let's see your face. Yes, this old woman real stupid. Yes, no, we don't like to rest. We like to rise.
Everybody want to do the wrong thing up and expect to take it and not taking a shit. It has to be flush with the wall.
I get all you on tape trying to abuse my husband again. Yes, I real stupid. That's why you have to work for your living and I don't. I real stupid.
All you come across in the back there, I tell she about it. All you're not doing that shit in front here. You're not coming across on my side. It has to be flush with the wall.
Yeah, something wrong. We like to live within rules. I will not come on your side. Don't come on mine.
Go call the police. Go call the police.
Just now I'm getting them on tape. I love to put these things on Facebook Live and on TikTok and stuff and show people where we live in. Yes, yes, continue saying that. You think you connected. Okay, not a problem.
We know how to deal with you.
Yeah.
So you'll see the confusion. And look how close they live to each other. A wall is separating them. Just a single wall separates the two houses. This could have resulted into a murder scene or somebody getting damaged. And this is caused, and if you listen clearly, this is caused by multiple times of them having issues with each other. So this is something that is an ongoing situation. So sometimes it will happen this week, and it quiet for 2 months, and after 2 months it happen again, bacchanal in the place again. Imagine you are living in your home and you are unhappy because you refuse to find some sort of resolution with your neighbor. Nobody never say, you had to go over by Mr. whatever his name, Max, to drink some punch or cream and eat fruit cake, you know. Nobody say that. But once you all have a cordial decision that can take effect, that here what? You have a little understanding. And one of them is, these are the key principles, address directly. Talk to the person involved, choosing a calm time and place. Some people don't know that. People like to address a situation when they're heated. That don't make sense. Because when you come to me in hostility, I don't want to hear you. I don't get riled up already. So bacchanal. Street brawl. Find a calm time. Listen to when the neighbor, Mako, when the neighbor might be listening to the good music and thing, and you get in the Holy Ghost fire spirit, wherever the thing church you're going to. Get into that momentum and go with a positive vibe, a positive energy. When you go with that kind of aura, you will see changes. But when you go hostile, because everybody does like to play the big, bad, and brave. The 3 Bs. You will get nowhere in solving issues. This is very, this is it's hurtful to see how close these people live in. It's not they living away from each other or 4 houses away from each other. It's a wall separating them. We are going for a break, and when we come back, we're talking about conflict resolution. We'll be right back.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. I am Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
This holiday, taste the season with Zoe and Nevi's Punch de Creme. Try our signature flavors, Holiday Gold, rich, creamy, and made for that classic Christmas taste. Festive Roast, smooth, bold coffee blended with that Caribbean holiday sweetness. Midnight Cocoa, chocolate lovers, this one's for you, indulgent and silky. And Twilight Mocha, the perfect mix of cocoa and coffee in every sip. Whether you're hosting, liming, or gifting, we've got you covered. Order now for delivery, pickup at select locations. Message us on Instagram at Zoe Nevi Products or WhatsApp us to place your order today. Zoe and Nevi Products, bring home the spirit of the holidays.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back. So we're talking conflict resolution here today on Friday. And we talk about addressing directly. Also listen actively. Understand underlying needs, emotions, and common ground, not just words. So sometimes you have to be empathetic. You have to be empathetic and understand, try to understand where whatever individual, whatever they're going through or whatever, you have to be a listening ear. Sometimes you just have to zip your lip and listen first. Understand their stresses or what they're going through. And you have to use statements like I feel your frustration. I understand. Sometimes I may not understand fully, you know, because people they talk wrong in circles. I have dealt with that on so many occasions. But you know what? Just to see where they're really coming from. Okay, yeah, I understand. Because you know, giving them back a banter, it makes things worse. Because some people don't know how to express how they really feel about a situation. Don't know how to express how they want to deal with a situation. So you know, when you go home, have some homework, try to decipher what they were really trying to say in order for you to understand. I do that a lot. Because I don't want to fake understand you. I want to understand you, but I'll say, I understand, you know, but let me meditate on it because I don't want to interpret you in a different light. Right? Focus on the problem. Aim for the problem solving, not demanding or winning. That is our problem. Everybody wants to know who win and who lost in an argument, but not trying to solve the argument or solve the situation. Everybody wants to know who wins, because in an argument, nobody wins. Nobody wins in an argument. It's about how could we fix it, how could we find a solution. And this goes to relationships as well, you know. How could we find a solution? And that's why a lot of relationships not relationshiping these days. Because everybody wants to be right and nobody don't want to be wrong. And that is where conflicts are not being resolved because everybody wants to be the winner. And some cases, you have to take your losses. You may not personally find that you're lost, you know. But understanding, and we go back to listen actively and understanding, then we will know who went where and try to resolve, focus on the problem and resolving the problem. Find common ground. Identify shared interests and be open to compromise. This is the C, they see the C word is a problem a lot of us don't like to say, understand, and do. Compromising. That word is really difficult. It's like bitter, it's like aloes in your mouth. In order to deal with a situation in any workplace, in your neighborhood, at home, in whatever group are you in, you have to learn how to compromise. Share each other's ideas on how, or identify each other's ideas or interests on how we can fix the situation and say, here what, okay, you don't like it that way? Let me see if I could change how I am and how I deal with this situation to make it work for you. And then when you do that, the other individual would try. Some people don't like to do it. Some people would not do it. But it's better you do it. It shows you as a bigger person. You have to establish solutions. So you brainstorm potential solutions and agree on a plan, common methods. I will tell you all a situation in one of the foundations that I'm in. And I had a little issue with someone. But the NACA used to be in about 3 years ago. It's not the NACA now. Because in NACA 3 years ago, would I tell you about your kuya? 3 years ago. Could be a little more. But I have learned sometimes trying to always be right or trying to always state your case never works. But what I like to do, I like to send you a text and say I need to have a conversation with you. And if you want to be more bold-faced, or you think that you are in the right, I will say, let us have this conversation another time. Have a good night. Live with God. I learned to get patience in dealing with situations. Because he owed me, I telling you, as my friend is always say, he said, Naka, he's listening now. He will always say, Naka, your mouth too hot, girl. I say, it's not that my mouth hot, you know, very straightforward. I don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I tell you exactly how it is. If the paper white, I tell you the paper white. I'm not coming to tell you the paper blue, pink, orange, and with sprinkles. I am very straightforward. But sometimes what I'm learning, and I've learned along the years, is about my delivery. Because sometimes people might say, Naka, you're a bit abrasive, you know, because, you know, we might get a little scared. I say, But people have to differentiate the two. And I don't want to stray. So brainstorm potential solutions and agree on plan common methods. Then we go to negotiation. Direct discussion between parties to reach an agreement. So you have to now reach an agreement on how you are going forward. It's either we are going to be friends, we're going to be cordial, we will no longer speak to each other, or we will no longer do business with each other. That is how you find out in the negotiations on going forward, dealing with conflict in any sector, any part of your life, maybe in family, maybe wherever else. Because in everywhere you go, even if you walk into a grocery or you walk down the street, you always have to have something called emotional intelligence and how you're going to deal with conflict resolution. We are going for a break, and when we come back, we have more to talk about because we're dealing with conflict resolution today.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
This holiday, taste the season with Zoe and Nevi's Punch de Creme. Try our signature flavors: Holiday Gold, rich, creamy, and made for that classic Christmas taste. Festive Roast, smooth, bold coffee blended with that Caribbean holiday sweetness. Midnight Cocoa, chocolate lovers, this one's for you. Indulgent and silky. And Twilight Mocha, the perfect mix of cocoa and coffee in every sip. Whether you're hosting, liming, or gifting, we've got you covered. Order now for delivery, pickup at select locations. Message us on Instagram at Zoe Nevi Products or WhatsApp us to place your order today. Zoe and Nevi Products bring home the spirit of the holidays.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back. So you know we are down to the wire. We are down to the nitty-gritty before we end off. And I do want to cover this. And this is good information. I know some of you all will listen. Because it helps, it don't only help me, it helps you as well, viewers. So we talk about focusing on the problem, finding common ground, establish solutions, negotiation. Then here comes something very important. If you and the two parties cannot find a common ground in dealing with the situation, there's always something called mediation. A neutral third party helps facilitate the conversation. So let's say Tom and John can't get along. They try to talk, they try to have a conversation, and it doesn't work out. So the only thing that they could do, you can go to a professional mediator, or you can find someone who don't really care about either one or the other, but he wants to deal with the situation to end it all. He's neither on A or B side. So you find a third party who could be in the middle to listen to both sides. You could do it professionally, or you can bring a neutral person to hear two sides and make sure that neutral person has some sort of understanding. So they are there to listen to both parties, and they should be not even to say, well, A was right, or B was right, or B was wrong. They are the ones that's supposed to say, here what? A, you should have do this differently, else B will not get on like that. And B, you should not move so because A moved like that. So it's not about taking sides, but correcting where the both parties went wrong. And then now finding a solution of common ground on where you all are going forward. Arbitration. A neutral party makes a binding decision. So you have somebody who say, here what? If Oleka thing is better, here what? You give him back his money or you think and call it there. If Oleka make a decision, I will make the decision for you. Ensure that don't always work out, because then the neutral person, they're going to watch that bad eye. They're going to watch that person bad eye, because before they come to a conclusion, and then they make the conclusion, and this one don't like the conclusion, and this one, then the poor neutral person might get no Trini people. You can never please us, you know. You can't please Trini people at all. Strengthens. So when you take a neutral party to make a binding decision, strengthens the relationship and improves team dynamics, boosts productivity and morale, and prevents small issues from escalating in larger conflicts. So this is what arbitration is. A neutral party makes a binding decision, and I think this will more definitely go for businesses. Small businesses, big businesses, so they will have arbitration. And a neutral party makes a binding decision, benefits, strengthen the relationships, and improve team dynamics, boosts productivity and morale, and prevents small issues from escalating in larger conflicts. So this will be more leaning on corporate and businesses side. And this is by developing these skills, you can transform inevitable disagreements into opportunities for growth and better understanding. This is something that Let me tell you this. While I am doing this show, I am learning myself. I am not coming to play teacher. I am not coming to play professor, because I am not. I am a young person still learning the same way when I come with information because I love to research. I don't tell all I'm a bookworm. I love researching, and anything that I'm learning in the interim and I know that and I say, wait, I didn't even know anything about this, or oh, I didn't know I could do this. It helps me help you. So it's not that I come in to teach you, we are learning together. But I'm glad that I'm the voice to speak out on things like these, because things like these are where a lot of people don't know how to deal with situations. A lot of people don't know how to deal with conflicts, and I was one of them. And it took me a hard fall for me to come to terms and understand how to deal and function anywhere I go. I have gotten so calm in the spirit. I still have a hot mouth. But I only have a hot mouth here. Because what people don't understand, Naka talking here is not Naka home. I am absolutely quiet. You don't even know that I am around. I'm a very to myself person. But when I come here to speak. Because I have a voice to speak. And I will use my voice to speak. So these are things that are vital information for you to learn as people. Because I'm sure those that are listening are going through small conflicts, big, huge, massive conflicts. This situation that we showed here, that was a very serious conflict that could have ended very badly. Sometimes it's good to agree, to disagree. Sometimes it's good to say, here what? I apologize. Apology is bitter words for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know how to say sorry. That is why a lot of conflicts are not being resolved. Because just by saying sorry, it's bitter in a lot of people's mouths. And this is what we need to understand. And these little things, let me tell you something, these little things are very good learning blocks for you. Because these things could have helped so many people dying today in Trinidad and Tobago. Just by solving small little conflicts, small issues that fester, got infected, and end up into what? Death, a statistic. Just by these little issues. And when we learn these different points on how to deal with it, you can take it one day at a time, you know. You can say, yeah, what, today I'm going to focus on the problem. So let me learn on how to focus on the problem. Google is a tap away. The internet is at your fingertips. YouTube is at your fingertips. Now I see everybody using what? ChatGPT. These are things at your fingertips where you can learn how to deal with conflict. And let me tell you all something. Dealing with a conflict and finding a solution does not mean you have to be friends or buddies with the person. It is okay to walk away after finding a solution. You can be cordial with the person. It is okay to walk away and say, here what? We found a solution. I won't interfere with you. I won't tell you anything again. And let bygones be bygones and move on. It is okay. I am very calm and I am very contented with not speaking to a lot of people. Because sometimes when you have conflict and you resolve the conflict and you walk away from that individual, it brings you peace. Because you know you have resolved that situation and now you can walk away from the individual without feeling any sort of conviction. I am very cool and contented with not speaking to a lot of people. I don't have any issue. Issues are reserved to me. I know people that still what we say thought feelings. Because everybody have different ways on dealing with different situations. But once you know within yourself, you are contented in walking away and finding a resolution and not walking away and harboring feelings. It is okay to never speak to them. It could be a family member. It could be a best friend. It could be a schoolmate. It could be somebody from your church. Wherever. So we are going for a break, and this was conflict resolution. And when we come back, we have some good news to bring to you, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Stay tuned.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Are you reliable, self-motivated, a good communicator, and experienced in sales? Then Good Price Wholesalers is the right opportunity for you. We are looking for individuals to join our sales team in Central and South. Applicants must have their own vehicle, sales experience, good communication skills, and a strong work ethic. If you're ready to be part of a committed and professional team, we want to hear from you. Visit us at number 5 La Pastora Road, Santa Cruz, or call 338-9884 for serious enquiries.
I am Zalisa Budusing Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back. So we're down to the last wire. And this is somebody I really look up to. I always read a lot of things concerning her. A great prime minister in the region. And I really, I don't want to say I idolize, because I don't idolize nobody. I only idolize God. But somebody I really admire, that is the word. And that is Mia Mottley. Prime Minister Mia Amor Mottley, has been ranked number 99 on the 2025 Forbes World's 100 Most Powerful Women list, marking another appearance of the Barbadian leader on this global benchmark. Mottley previously featured on the Forbes list in 2023 and again in 2024, placing her among the few Caribbean leaders consistently recognized by the publication. Forbes evaluates women across politics, business, philanthropy, and media, focusing on measurable influence, authority, and global reach. Mottley's continued presence on the list underscores her visibility on the international stage through her work in climate policy discussions, international financial reform dialogues, and regional leadership within the Caribbean community. Let me tell you something. I love this woman. When I tell you, I always say she is my prime minister. I really know, she's my prime minister. Sorry to say, I always say that. I really love her because I like how she stood her ground in the UN on behalf of the Caribbean, because she's a no-nonsense person. And she's a person that she speaks her mind, and she's whatever she says, and she stands her ground, she cannot be moved. And she's a woman for the people. She's a woman for the people of the Caribbean, especially. And she is loved by many in Trinidad and Tobago because of how she carries about herself, how she speaks about especially the Bajan Island, Barbados, and how she speaks for on behalf of the people of the Caribbean, because her love is the Caribbean. Her country is first, but her love is the Caribbean, and that is good leadership. Because when she represented us in the UN, I say, yes, girls, talk, because she did very well in representing the Caribbean and CARICOM. So that was a wonderful representation, and she deserves it. She deserves it in 2023, 2024, 2025, and I hope she gets a higher level number in 2026. So congratulations to Barbados and their Prime Minister, and I know she's doing well. We are coming down to the wire of the show, and you know we are ending on the festive note. This is Christmas season, and I always say Christmas is for children. Christmas is for children because we adults don't really get anything. We more focus on the children and how you know children are expensive these days. They cost a lot of money, and toys are not cheap. I walked around the Port of Spain area and I was confused to know how much toys cost. And these children now, who are older and have gadgets, they no longer want toys, but they want these cards to buy games on PS4 and PS5 and whatever game they want cards. And these cards are not expensive. They are very, very expensive. They rather that than clothes, shoes, and socks. So gone are the days when your mommy used to buy a baby pram, because I had 2 baby prams. You buy a baby pram and you're walking around with your baby pram, or you have your little grocery basket with your fake fruits. Gone are the days of that. Children, these gadgets now take over these children. They want to buy games online, and the games are very expensive. One game probably costs $15 US. Those games are really expensive, and you can't buy $15 US. You have to buy more than the cost, right? So Christmas is for the kids. After you buy your gifts and you buy your ham and your lamb and jam, and you buy your children Christmas gift, you ain't have no money to buy for no adults. I just always say, better you get my pastel. I go take a pastel or a glass of sorrel. Just make sure when I take that glass of sorrel, I can't see through it. It has to be dark. I am a real country girl. Make sure my sorrel, I should not see through my sorrel. My sorrel has to be dark. Right? So we're coming down to the wire. We have some, I stumbled upon a video where Christmas caroling is still going on. When I lived in the San Fernando area, I really enjoyed it. They were caroling through in Palmis, in that area there. And the children, the neighborhood, and whatever from the church, they had, and I was like, Christmas caroling still going on? And they was like, yeah, but nothing, I ain't sure about the Police Bay area. But I know for sure we will be caroling to the elders this weekend in the Belmont East area. So these Belmont people, look out for us. We will be paranging with some shak and make sure I get a sorrel where I can't see through it. So I leave you with this beautiful, a short video, but it's very heartwarming. You all have a blessed weekend. Have a beautiful Friday. Be safe on the nation's road. I love you. I appreciate you. Stay locked on and have a blessed Christmas weekend. Well, yeah, you can say Christmas weekend because we in the Christmas season. So have a blessed weekend. Love you.
I love that. I love that.